Ye de onyamiasio say ya pam Dampare. Oh say ye the Ghana for penny yen. Ghana for Mechiamo. So who's a voice of himself many this year. No one who said me young Kuwai Akem. Channel the voice of himself team. Said then first time I wear oh me videos I message no was subscribe to my YouTube channel I amame. Who we are no like, no share, no sa comment. Notification baby beba now sa don't say emia so say anytime there be new video go to me no won say bit my head I can be Ghana for say yen the wa see betu so bi boa see e pa e bejo ye nyoda ye be kan ogum Ghana for enra nakopon ya adom and I said then 3 days kwabra me betu bia say your friends say you Dampare ye na de bi mu nyinni ne bi mu igidi bi mu nyinni ba enra na confirmation e ba say ye Dampare di. Yes, ye Dampare now be who see a man for boy no enya asem ketwa. Eti we na baka vama wa so anwan wo. Che se ensem waka fa Dampare ho no. Messi ebeje wonsem secret we ye pie no. Na wo de sansem wuti a no mehu adwen che comment section say ye pa se Dampare be ka sansem na fa no a. Ba me de tumi de mehu sa no papa. E wo mu se me kan de ba. Anu odden. Eti mu de mu yenko wo Paul Adam watch show so me yanko already later no nsema sa vama wo no ayede atrafa no ntumi yanko yenkoti
tomorrow Police Independence Day Ekufu Dampare fired by John Dramani Mahama and Felix Kwakye Ofosu, who has 78 million to spend on government communication, so he's doing his work very, very, very well. Okay, let's go to the documents put out by Oliver Vomaho earlier today, explaining why he thinks Dampare has been sacked and why he thinks Dampare should be sacked and why he thinks Dampare should actually be investigated for crimes that he has committed against citizens of Ghana. See the letter. Okay, so it says, Dampare's undoing were 4 things. 1, the way he oversaw the brutal treatment of Democracy Hub protesters from Occupy Jilobi House to Stop Galamsey protests. This includes the way he set his sights on me, Oliver referring to himself, doing almost everything in his power to use the police force against me and other conveners. I believe in that. He was extremely used by the former regime. He was their lapdog and he delivered. No, Oliver, there you are wrong. Dampare was not used by the former regime. How many times did Nana Akufo-Addo not advise Dampare that stop this picture and do the work? How many times? How many times did interior ministers not call Dampare and say, listen, you have to focus on the work, and he gets angry? How many times did Dampare not fight with Henry Quartey? How many times? How many times was there not argument at national security meetings with the president chairing about Dampare's public conduct? How many times? How many times did national security meetings not stop to discuss Dampare's conduct and his obstinacy and his intransigence? How many times? How many? Oliver, Dampare was not a lapdog for the former regime. But let's move on. Oliver continues, point 2. He says, the way Dampare empowered some criminal elements within the police PID, those Dampare's people, that's what they were called, PID. Dampare came and set up another police for himself, and it's called PID. Oliver here is alleging that the way in which Dampare empowered these criminal elements within the PID, who committed crimes and had absolutely zero regard for due process, human life, or justice. They committed crimes that even Duterte, who is before the Hague for crimes against humanity, will be shy to imagine. Everyone I know in the police hierarchy and rank and file were complaining about the abuses of the PID guys, but everyone treated them as untouchables because they were Dampare's own terror squad. This is true. Everybody in the police service, all of us who are in media, have been getting calls from 2019-20, when Dampare became the IGP, from 2021, I think it was 22 or so. That Dampare has a squad. He has a murder squad. They are killing people. Every policeman told all of us, if you complain about it, you get fired. Dampare was running a terror regime with the police and also allegedly pilfering their money. Dampare, he was doing that allegedly, pilfering their money, the police. Number 3 on Oliver. He says, his lies, which is Dampare's lies. I have never seen a more dishonest Bible-touting individual. Oliver here describes Dampare as a liar who is a very dishonest Bible-touting individual. Oliver wrote this early this morning, about 9 o'clock. It was up. By that time, the reports of Dampare hadn't come. So clearly, Oliver knew that Dampare was going to be fired today. So, a few people knew. I mean, I didn't know. I just found out when the reports came out. I didn't know. But it looks like some people knew. Okay, let's move on. He comes, say, oh no, this one I don't want to read it. Oliver says that in Dampare's Bible dishonesty, he comes second to Ken Ofori-Atta. I won't read that one. Ken Ofori-Atta is a good man. Despite this, Oliver goes on. He went ahead curating PR event. This was our problem with him. Despite all his lies, his dishonesty, his allegedly funding a PID squad in the police service that was committing criminality, in spite of all of these allegations, Ekufu Dampare went ahead curating PR events of babies kissing his hand and creating such a PR-driven service to mask his extreme dishonesty. This is the thing that annoyed all of us. That Dampare's alleged dishonesty was being covered up by his PR gimmicks. How can an IGP say a camera should follow me that I'm going to buy cocoa in Katie? How low can you get? How bizarre can you get as an IGP? Inspector General of Police, go and sit in Parliament and is crying. How bizarre can you get? And you are the same person who is alleged to be funding criminal elements in the police, shooting and killing people. We are going to investigate all that. He will never get away with it. We'll teach him that this is a republic. It has rules, it has court, it has court of appeal, it has high court, and it has systems that work. So that anything that Dampare may have done that is illegal, that is criminal, is going to come to the fore. We are preparing the video. You will see the jubilation.
Dampare hono na wo hwa west na wode emema no enso wakafa ho wo ye ewom ama me hu adwenkyere na west no so ano odenya na Dampare o deserve se se ye yusu sa west na ma no na anase nsema vama wo kafa no wo deserve anase yifi kwa vama wo kra wanka ne ye chen ko ka de ye yakra chen sa de che Dampare. Yes, it's mammy who are drinking, Miss where they don't, mammy who are drinking, pa. No, because me the Dampare. I don't know. Me name some met me soon beer. So people won't mess you with the because Dampare dear. Just say, me name Bonsam pa, Bonsam, son made describe him. Bonsam of food, drying Uma, Eddie Akatan, and what they have been deceived Ghana for. It's John Dramani Mahamas, why are they now? Why are they so why they? Was sake your friends Yura Dampare ana. It's no so mami hu adwenche wo comment section on me da ase.